Yeah, pause YouTube. What's up? How's it going, everybody? Hopefully, y'all are having a good start to your week today on Monday as this is going up. This was a very interesting, I guess you could say, Wi-Fi battle in the NU tier. And if you want to know exactly what I mean about that, then you're gonna have to stick around till like near the end of the battle here. But this was a pretty cool team that I got off of the forums, I believe. I don't remember where off the forums, but I'll leave a pastement of it down below for you guys to go check out. And it was a pretty cool team based around sub bulk up power trip Cinccino, which is pretty awesome, something I've actually been wanting to try for a while now, which can actually put in a lot of work in this match. The only real obstacles are Cinccino, because it can break my sub potentially, and then I have to ensure that Garbodor does not get up T-Spikes. So speaking of Garbodor and T-Spikes, that is immediately what my opponent is going to do here turn one, as I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for the Earthquake. I did kind of expect him to switch out here, but then again, there's not really too much I lose in just going straight for the Earthquake, because the sooner I can get rid of this Garbodor, the better it's actually going to be for my Sneasel in the back, because Garbodor was realistically his best switch into Sneasel, and now there's not really much that's going to be appreciating switching into Banded Icicle Crashes or Banded knockoffs from my Sneasel. So I end up hard switching directly here into my Altaria, which the cool thing about Altaria on this team is that it actually has a defog, which is really awesome. So I honestly do not care too much about any of these hazards that he is trying to set up on my side of the field, because ultimately I will be able to defog them away. So that is what I'm going to do this turn. The reason why this is so sped up is because it's just kind of like one of the slow parts in this match, and there wasn't really too much to say besides him trying to stack up hazards and me hopefully preventing him from being able to get them up. As this turn, I decided just to go straight for the flamethrower, because honestly, he's gonna end up getting up a layer of T-Spikes regardless, since I am faster than him. So as soon as I defog, because I go first for defog, he then gets up T-Spikes again. So I didn't want to continue that cycle, because he did end up toxicking me, so eventually he would knock me out because of the toxic. So going for the flamethrower there I thought was a good play. As in comes the Scrafty. I for one did not expect him to go straight for the Dragon Dance, because I have a Whimsicott in the back, and I am naturally faster than Scrafty at +1 speed anyways. Plus I also could have had the Encore, but I think because, well, no, it's Prankster and he's a dark type, so technically I couldn't have Encored him, but I still would have been able to outspeed him at +1 regardless here. So I thought that maybe he would try to be aggressive and go for an offensive move, as he ends up knocking me out with a knockoff there. The crit didn't matter at all, but this is fine because I can just bring in my Whimsicott here, and I literally just OHKO this Scrafty with a Moonblast, because it is 4 times super effective. And again, there is no world in which a Scrafty at +1 outspeeds Whimsicott unless he was in Trick Room. But the man stays in, and I really don't agree with this play. I mean, he had a Whimsicott counter or check in the back in the form of Cryogonal, which already have insanely high special defense, so I don't really know why he risked sacking off his Scrafty here to my Whimsicott, when again I am faster than Scrafty at +1. And then I think, okay, he's gonna expect me to bring in a Whimsicott this turn, right? So I'm gonna stay in, as he actually went for the Acidic Downpour, I believe, because the Z move did end up failing. So yeah, I thought he would Poison Jab there, but he goes for the Drain Punch, and at this point I'm like, okay, I'm guessing he's really set on just sacking off the Scrafty. So I make the direct switch into my Whimsicott here, and I'm not gonna make the same mistake I made earlier. I'm just gonna go and attack what is exactly in front of me, so I will be able to knock out the Scrafty. Unfortunately, my Steelix got damaged when it shouldn't have, because again, I don't know why he left in Scrafty. I really don't know why he left in Scrafty, honestly. As in comes the Cryogonal. Unfortunately, there's not really too much I can do to this Cryogonal, so I'm going to be forced to switch out here, and I do expect them to want to go straight for the Rapid Spin, so I end up bringing in my Sneasel. And now I can kind of play the mind games on whether or not he's going to want to stay in or switch out, thinking that I won't pursue him, but I decide to be aggressive, and I'm able to knock him out with the knockoff, which is excellent, because now the sooner I can get up my rocks, the better, as in comes his own Sneasel. Unfortunately, I don't have a good switch into his Sneasel, but really, at this point, I can risk leaving in my Sneasel here to try and knock him out, but he gets a crit, and that crit definitely mattered, I think even after the rapid spin damage, I had a small chance to live a crit knockoff, but the chances weren't in my favor. But that crit did kind of suck because now this Sneasel is still banded and I don't have any prior damage off on it. So I'm gonna bring in my Whimsicott out here because I know he's banded. That's the only way he would have been able to knock me out with a crit. I'm actually gonna decide just to be aggressive here and go straight for the Moonblast as I get off good damage on the incoming Rotom. I actually end up getting a special attack drop, which is really nice, not gonna lie, because now there is a chance that maybe I can set up much easier with my Incineroar in the back, which honestly at this point, all I need to do is get up a substitute and at least one bulk up, and usually Rock Blast is not too common of a move that Cinccino carry in the NU tier, so as long as he doesn't have Rock Blast, or there's always a chance he can miss too, but as long as he doesn't do too much damage to me, or if I'm able to get up to +2 defense, then there's no way Cinccino should be able to break through my Incineroar. So he ends up making a really big misplay here, and he allows my Incineroar to freely get up a substitute, and now he's actually going to stay in again, and this is even better because now after going for this first bulk up, I can 100% go for that second bulk up, ensuring that Incineroar at this point can pretty much just wreck the remainder of his team, which is this Rotom, the Cinccino, and the Sneasel, I believe. Yeah, because Cryogonal, Scrafty, and Garbodor all got taken out earlier. So he is actually going to switch out this turn into the Cinccino, which is fine by me. I'm honestly not even concerned about this thing. As you're going to see, it's not going to be able to do too much damage with whatever offensive move it does carry. And then in return, at +2 attack and +2 defense, Power Trip is boosted by 4, so I will be able to easily knock out the Cinccino with the Power Trip, as it does turn out that he's got the Rock Blast. This is fine, honestly does not matter. Again, as you guys are about to see, Rock Blast doesn't even do that much damage to me. Like, look at that, man. Incineroar just eating the hits, and I can knock him out, right? Right? He has the King's Rock on Cinccino, and he is basically just going to hacks down my Incineroar here. For those of you who don't know, King's Rock on the Cinccino, once it hits all 5 of its hits because of Skill Link, it gives you a 50% chance to get a flinch. So here in both of these scenarios, I had 50-50 chances to not get flinched and break through, knock out the Cinccino, and still win with Incineroar. But after that second flinch, there's really nothing that I can do at this point in the battle. I understand if you want to use this set on Wi-Fi, not on Wi-Fi, but if you want to use this set on Showdown, okay, that's understandable. But I don't know why you would want to bring it to Wi-Fi. Like, it's just, I honestly got really annoyed because of the fact that this was King's Rock. Like, I mean, looking back at it, it's still honestly kind of annoying, but what I'm trying to say is that if it weren't for those flinches, Incineroar basically just would have been able to put in the work, because honestly the only way that I would have won at that point was if he missed a move with Cinccino, if I didn't knock him out, or if I got a crit with my Moonblast on Cinccino, and then he missed Leaf Storm with Rotom Mo, and then he did an Ice Shard with Sneasel. Like, at that point, that was the only way that I would have been able to win. And the funny thing here is that against my Slowbro, I don't think he actually flinches me once, but at this point there's no way that Slowbro can even make a remote type of comeback, because as you can see here, Bullet Seed is doing enough damage to the point where I'm gonna be low enough that Rotom can just come in and knock me out with just throwing a blade of grass at my Slowbro here. So yeah, unfortunately what should have been Incineroar putting in nothing but work just kind of turned to me losing to that King's Rock Cinccino because of hacks. So yeah, I guess that is game. This is in regards to our question of the day here. What is your most hated item in Pokemon? And I think you guys know the answer that I would give to this question. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the battle there. Hit that like button down below, answer the question of the day, And actually, I am pretty interested to see what you guys have to say about the question of the day, because I feel like some people are gonna name some pretty interesting items. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you all tomorrow with 2 more uploads. And yeah, with that being said, later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks. Yeah. 6 foot hacks.